Alright, I think I am going crazy. Um, I don't know that I'll be doing that again. I just thought I would do something to make things different. I really wish that people would make comments about what they want to see, what they want to hear, what they don't want to hear. A couple people have said that they wanted me to make or have some music in the background, and I can find music. That's not a problem. The problem is finding music that is not a particular style of music that can just kind of blend in. And I'm not really sure what that sounds like. But anyway, let's get on with the video here. This is a piece of dogwood. The good news about dogwood is it's available to me and it is laying all over the place. I try to pick up the bigger pieces and put them up. I very seldom cut anything down that is still alive or is not in some form of diseased or fixing to fall or rot or that kind of stuff. There's plenty of wood for me to find that's just naturally seen its time, or deer's been rubbing on it too long and just made a bad place and it got infected or something like that. There's all kinds of reasons. So what we actually have here is a piece of dogwood that is, well, 6 inches one way and 8 inches the other way. I'm just simply trying to round it up. Right this minute I have everything set up on a live center at the rear, and my spur drive on the power side, on the headstock. I can do like a little tap dance or something, maybe make some noise. Also, would love to hear any kind of comments about videos are too long, too short, don't talk as much, talk more, explain more. Just trying to round it up. I tried to stick with my bowl gouge for the entire, well, not for the entire, but for most of it. And there's Starbond. Without them, we would come apart. And the accelerator. And if you hadn't tried any Starbond, or if you hadn't tried any super glue at all, think about getting some. I have a link that you can click on. It takes you straight to the website. And yes, you get a 15% discount. Almost getting there. I'm digging into it right now. I didn't really want to, but I'm creeping up on a couple of cracks and trying to get rid of them. And then also there's two holes, one that runs from one side of the wood to the other side. Trying not to take any more than I have to. keep having to go a little bit deeper and deeper to try to get that flat edge rounded. That's why I keep working in one particular place. I could just go in there and gouge away, but don't want to. And this crack keeps kind of trying to open up, so I'm trying to keep it together. Okay, anytime that I start using the black CA glue, and this is the medium thin, or I'm sorry, medium thick, whenever I start doing it and filling up stuff, it usually means I'm not going much deeper. I wanted to cut the mortise as opposed to turning it, and the main reason, well, there's a couple reasons. One, this this part of the wood was just really hard. Even this bit is really having a little bit of a strain getting it cut out. But I wanted to do it because I knew I was going to kind of turn it instead of having a real big lip on the bottom of it. I wanted it kind of thin just to help not be seen as it's sitting on a table or whatever. And you'll kind of see the way I sand the edges down and take a little bit of that lip that's already there off of it. I didn't record it, but when I first had the drill bit and was trying to spin it to drill the mortise, it was not spinning, and so I had to put the faceplate on it just to drill that hole and keep the wood spinning well enough for it to dig in. Now we turn it around. We've got the chuck on the headstock, and we're grabbing hold real good. And now we're fixing to put a little lip, a little edge on the end here. And I just didn't want it to get out of whack, so I put my end whack on there to keep it steady while I do what I'm doing. I'm just using the bowl gouge to do a shear cut to just clean up some of the larger things. And now I've got the Savannah round carbide cutter, trying to make a little ridge right there, and then that's the Easy Tool square carbide cutter. And I think I'm fixing to go to the smaller round Easy Tool carbide cutter. God, I can't get my words out. I done recorded this 10 times. Back to Starbond Black. What would we do without glue? Well, I didn't record it, but I mixed up the total bolt 3-to-1 resin, and I've just gotten I've gotten real used to using it, and I like the way it functions. Sometimes I don't put it into a pressure pot, but basically I taped up the bottom. It held good. There was a little bit of dripping, but not much, and just filled up the top, and then actually had to come back the next day and then pour a little bit more in the top. Kind of soaked it up. You can see the tape shining and as I'm cleaning it off. And I kind of found a neat way to put hot glue on the around a hole or something like that to help be able to put a little more into it. Just make a circle around it, and before you put the second circle, turn it upside down. It'll hang down a little bit. It won't drip, but it'll start to. Then go fill that up and turn it over, and before you know it, you've got a pretty good size little wall to help get a little extra in it. Now I'm fixing to drill out the opening in the bowl part of it, and the plan is to go up to about a half inch of the mortise, which I measured it out. With that 2 7/8 hole, I'm able to turn the whole bowl around, finish cleaning up the very bottom where the chuck was, and this is where I'm kind of cleaning that drill section out and just taking the bottom of it and keeping that angle coming down. Now I've switched it back around and going to clean out the inside of the bowl. This is the Savannah tool that I was talking about earlier, and it works real good. I have a new tool and at this point I haven't gone deep enough to even use it. So I'm going on in, and it's cutting real good. It's really digging it out good. And just blowing it out. Figure I'd clean this up a little bit. Now this is a tool that I got for hauling it out. And to be honest with you, it's just not a big enough tool. It works. It would help with a smaller bowl, but actually the Savannah tool does stick out a little further. I just didn't want to do what I normally do, go too far and break the bowl and everything else. So I'm trying this tool again, and it's just the handle's too short. I'll have to get another piece to be able to do better. I did make this work with the Savannah tool stuck way out there. And I used this one to clean up to that point, but I didn't go very far with it. Now I'm going a little deeper and a little deeper. So now I'm just sanding the inside of everything. And of course I can't reach all the way, but I did go probably further than I should. And then I wound up using a chisel a scraper actually, to just push the paper in there. And then I did the same thing when it came time to put the Howard's wax and feed. And I went through from 80 to 400 on the inside and outside. I'm not sure why I can never remember the name. I think just a little while ago, I'm not going to go back and check, I think I said wax and feed, but it's feed and wax from Howard. You can get that at any box store, Lowe's, Home Depot, stuff like that. I like it. It's simple. It doesn't produce a glossy shine, but it's got a decent little sheen to it. And I like the fact that the wax, it's real heavy wax based and oil based, but I like the way it smells and the way it works, and I like the way it feels once it's soaked it up and dried. I, I don't use sanding sealer on this. I kind of like that it soaks it up, and that kind of helps with the finish also. And this is what I was talking about. This is the way I was doing a bunch of sanding, and it was a little sketchy, so I didn't record that. And then I did this just turning it by hand. My hand just wouldn't fit in there. It's a 3-inch opening, but I could get 3 fingers in there, and that's about it. If you don't have an account with YouTube, please make one and please subscribe. If you have an account and you can leave a comment, then please leave a comment as to what you'd like to see, what you think I can do to make it better and more interesting for y'all. I certainly do appreciate you watching this. I hope that it helps out in some way as far as teaching you something or learning something, or if nothing else, learning what not to do. So thank you very much, and I hope that you can watch more of my videos. Please subscribe, and if you would, give a thumbs up, and like I said, leave a comment, even if it's just, hey, here's your comment. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Please remember, God is good.